How are you getting on with your paper doodles? If you haven't had a chance to see last week's video yet and you aren't sure what I'm talking about, then pause this video and go and watch last week's, where I gave you the full ins and outs on how to do paper doodling. Then come on back to this video for some more inspiration, because I have a new paper doodle for you today to get you in the mood to explore your own creative mark making with paper. And you can tell that I'm really getting into this, can't you? So this week I've picked a handful of papers to limit my choices, and in the end I think I only used 3 out of the 5 of them, and I picked them by colour as I wanted to include some black line. Now, black line in inverted commas here because we're talking about paper doodles, of course, and not pen. But the beauty of the black line over, say, a pen or a paint mark is that you can have some different variations. So you could have variations in the colour or variations in texture as well, which you just can't get in the same way with pen or paint. So it's just another way of extending your mark making. So I hope you'll see that a little bit later in the video, and then it gives you some ideas of where to sort of push and try and do different things in your own projects. Now remember, you don't have to do the same as me. In fact, I massively encourage you not to. Take the technique, mix it up with your own mark making, you know, the things that are your favourite things to do, and make it your own. And you know, I'd love to see the results. So a huge thank you to everyone who's been sharing their work with me on Instagram. I've loved seeing it. So yeah, show me more of your paper doodles, you amazing creatives. And whilst we're talking about, you know, being all connected and interactive in our social media art hangouts, ooh, that sounds like a great idea, doesn't it? Right, bookmarked that idea to work on. Sorry, getting a bit distracted. Yes, so let's be more connected. So if you aren't already subscribed to my channel, then do subscribe for your weekly art tips, tricks and inspiration. And like and share my videos too if you find them helpful to you. It really does help, and don't forget to do it with the other creatives that you like to watch and follow, both here on YouTube and on other platforms too. And leave them comments as well, and I've really been loving the amazing comments and conversations that we've been having here. So a massive thank you to everyone who does leave a comment. It really can just make all the difference to the creator. I've been online doing creative work for coming up to 10 years now. It might even be more than 10 years. I've kind of started to lose count. As some of you who have followed me for a while already know, I started my online career as a crafter. But what you might not know is that it was almost an accidental thing for me. I started card making, and my partner, who already had a blog, said, well, why don't you start a blog? So that's how I fell into it. And this is when we all used to pop around each other's blogs and leave comments. Do you remember those days before Facebook had gone mainstream and we had forums, and that's where we had conversations? I know I'm starting to sound really old, aren't I? But I mean, it's like, what, that's only 10 years ago. It's been fascinating to watch how the internet and how blogging has evolved and changed over the years. And talk about change, I mean, it took me a while to take the plunge into filmmaking. But I do really enjoy sharing with you all in this format as videos. My only issue with filmmaking is it takes so very long to put films together. I mean, far longer than you'd think. I've gotten faster at it over the years, and I've taught myself better systems to get it done and better ways of organising my time. But still, I can find myself going through days where I won't do any art at all, and you know, I could going through quite a few days where I don't manage to do any art because I'm literally just working on films and getting them together. It's a balance that I just haven't gotten right yet, but I'm still working on it. So I don't know, I just thought I'd sort of say this because I also want to give a big shout out to all my fellow artists and creators who also provide online content for us all. And I'm going to make sure that I watch at least 3 videos today and give them all some likes and comments. You know, just to show my appreciation for what they share. I'm going to be doing some more paper doodles when I get a chance, but let me know how you've been getting on with yours. And this one today, I can't decide if it's got a sea theme going on or a fire theme. Maybe you'll see a bit more clearly when I show you the finished project. At the time, I wasn't thinking about anything, so I wasn't following any sort of theme. And I had no end point in mind either, but I did stick to those guidelines that I went over in that first video, making sure that I was cutting and sticking just as I said in that video. But it doesn't stop you from changing up how the line or the shape looks later on, so don't get too sort of hung up about it. You can change things up if you want to. And layering is just such a great way of doing that. You can completely change the way something looks, whether it looks like it's behind or in front. So have a go at that as well. And when we get to the close-up at the end, look out for where I've brought the background, those first paper doodle shapes, and I've brought those back into the foreground. And look at how I did that to give that piece a cohesive finish. And it looks as if the things are sort of interweaving together, which you can do with pen and paint, but it's you know, this is just another way of doing it, another trick for your toolbox, for your creative art toolbox. So when you next do your paper doodles, try something different. So if you haven't tried the layering yet, then try the layering. If you have been layering, then try to do them so they're separate pieces on the page. Other ways you could extend how you do your paper doodles, try working with a theme. If you haven't done that yet, it might be fun to have a go and see where you go with it. And I think I might do that next time. I think I might come up with some overarching theme, like sea or fire, something like that. I'm not sure yet, but I think I'll try that. And I haven't actually tried that with either my pen doodles or my paper doodles, so I might give that a go next time I do either one of those. Now I have some more mixed media doodle ideas for you in these videos here, so watch them next and have loads of fun with your doodling.